This is my current daily driver, 1990 Honda CRX. Atrocious wheels, knockoff, broken seats with questionable stains, a 100 horsepower D16 A6 that drinks and leaks about 5 quarts of oil every week, and a mysterious no-start issue that only happens at the worst of times. A perfect daily driver. Everything was amazing until the head gasket blew and I was forced with a decision. Buy a new car or make my project car into my new daily driver. This is my project car, the closest thing to a race car you can purchase in stock form. No interior, no airbags, no AC, full roll cage, manual transmission, and now after 2 years of chipping away at the project, it is powered by a screaming 5.3 liter V8 from a Chevy Tahoe. It runs and drives in its current state, but we need to tie up some loose ends to push it closer to daily driver territory. Here's what has to happen this weekend. Get the four-wheel drive working, install a drive shaft, and fix AMC's ridiculous vacuum-actuated axle with a cable kit. I gotta get the gauges working. Speedometer, odometer, and oil pressure are currently cooked.
That works. That doesn't work. Not bad. We got 50%. It can't really turn either.
I have to fix my floppy DIY exhaust that's constantly banging on the frame. And I need to install the windshield wiper fluid tank so I can clean my windscreen. First up, easy win, floppy exhaust hanger. It's always nice having a gang of fellas wrenching. Today we also got Eric working on his Cayenne.
What are we doing on the Cayenne?
Oh, a little bit of PCV valve action. We got a ruptured PCV valve. Whole intake manifold has to come out. Whoever thought it was a good idea to put it inside the valve.
German engineering, baby.
At its finest.
Not pretty, but it works. Fuck this weather. This sucks. And of course, after my shitty welding, this broke almost immediately. Alright, moving on. Gauges. Simple wiring. Shouldn't take too long. I had the flipper switch on the tach set to an 8-cylinder because this is a V8, but apparently you need to set it to a 4-cylinder. That makes tons of sense. So we're just going to take this out and correct the switch positions, and it should work. Here's a little diagram for reference. And now the tack is accurate and dialed, and I don't have to do math while I'm driving. Next up, the speedometer needs to be connected. Here's the old speed sensor plug from the transfer case. Cleaned it up and added some service loops for no reason and taped it up. Then I just had to wire up ground signal and power to the sensor. Just finished up what should be the last of the wiring, so all of the gauges should work now. Odometer is good to go. The speedometer should work now, we'll see. And then the oil pressure gauge should work. Everything else was already good to go. So yeah, let's check it out. Let's fire it up. I love wiring, yay. Shit. Still doesn't work. Damn it. That should work still. The moment of truth, the speedometer. Oh my god, it works. It works. It works. And after the calibration, the speedometer is now accurate. I got 5 out of 6 gauges working. Oil pressure really isn't important anyway, right? As long as my clock tells time, I'm golden. I'll call that a win. Finally, the real nightmare, sorting the Jeep's 4x4 system. Thankfully, I got this beautiful custom drive shaft from Tom Woods Drive Shafts. Seriously, quick shout out, these guys crushed it. Thank you so much for sending this thing over. I gave them measurements over the phone, and boom, 2 days later, these gorgeous black shafts showed up at my doorstep. If you need drive shafts, custom lengths, stock, whatever, these are your go-to guys. I finally got the front drive shaft installed, but finding the right tools took me about 40 minutes. I mean, seriously, who owns a 6.5 millimeter 12-point socket? Anyway, I got tired and went home. So 4x4, still not functional. And on top of that, I completely forgot about the windshield wiper fluid reservoir, which would have actually been pretty easy, but here we are. So just a quick recap. Exhaust hanger, nope. Gauges, kind of. Four-wheel drive system, definitely no. And windshield wiper fluid, no. So basically I didn't really accomplish anything, but progress was still made. I'm gonna call it a win, and I'm gonna daily this thing anyway, because I literally have no other choice. Here's the important part. What I realized today and what truly matters here is the power of incremental progress. Building cars is days, weeks, even years of hard work with zero immediate payoff. It's delayed gratification. It would have been easy to quit 100 times, but sticking with it, pushing through the frustration, that is the hard part. And that is exactly why it matters. I've had tons of days like today. I spent 2 years wrenching alone in my friend's driveway, building this Jeep piece by piece. It's far from perfect. It might never be, but damn, I am genuinely so happy just driving this piece of shit around. Anyway, enough motivational talk. I'm off to Florida everywhere and get 8 miles per gallon in my new daily, which is basically a tractor with a V8. Wish me luck.
This thing rips.
Oh no, a person.